Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, good morning everyone. My name is Muhammad Aizin. I'm student of FKIB Unisa Kediri. I'm here. I want to present it about my proposal researcher. The title is The Implementation of Teaching Listening for TWIG at Mary Institute. Okay, Chapter 1. Okay, research context. Why I think about this title? Because many students ask me that why listening to it is very difficult. Why? And almost students get low score in the first step. They feel it's very difficult so that they get a low score. So next, about research context. In research context, TOEIC is a test to measure achievement in using English in business setting. So would somebody want look for some job in international, they should join about the TOEIC test because this is obligation for government. So the next is about listening. Why some of problem? Why I take this research? Because listening is one of the most difficult obstacles by some students. Because listening have test criteria in the form of listening to native speaker conversation while English is our second language. Because we are English language is a second language, we feel it's very difficult. We can't control about the speed speaker, and the next one sometimes because we lack of vocabulary, of idiom and many other, and so we can understand the message of the speaker. Okay, so how to study about it? I take Mary because Mary is one of the preparation place to increase our ability about TOEIC. So that is about research contact and research focus. In research focus, there are how is the preparation of teaching listen for TOEIC at Mary Institute. The second one is how is the implementation of teaching listening for TOEIC at Mary Institute. The third, how is the evaluation of teaching listening for TOEIC at Mary Institute. The fourth, what is the obstacle of teaching listening for TOEIC at Mary Institute. The last is what is the factor cause the obstacle of teaching listening for TOEIC at Mary Institute. Okay, the objective to describe the preparation, to describe the implementation, to describe the evaluation, to describe the obstacle. Sorry, this is I wrong. The last is about to investigate the obstacle factor. Okay. The next is about significances of research. The result of this study are expected that students can get knowledge about TOEIC listening learning, can improve their ability in listening skill. The result of this study are expected that the teacher will get new method for better technique in listening TOEIC teaching, and expected to give information to the writer can be used as reference for those who want to conduct a research in listening TOEIC teaching. Okay, definition of K-term. In definition of K-term, there are 3 points. The point are TOEIC, teaching listening, and Mary. TOEIC is an international test that is used to measure a person's ability to find international job. Teaching listening. In teaching listening, there are several obstacles that must be faced by students so that in teaching they must have techniques that can improve listening skill. Mary is one of the places to improve student abilities in TOEIC preparation. Okay, chapter 2. On chapter 2, there are several points that are definition of listening TOEIC, method of listening TOEIC teaching, implementation of listening TOEIC, difficulty of listening, factor of difficulty in listening, the evaluation of listening TOEIC, and the last is previous research. Okay, definition of listening TOEIC. According to Grant through 2007, the TOEIC test measures the everyday listening and reading skill of people working an international workplace environment. The method of listening TOEIC teaching, according to Ling Longhead 2007, method of preparation listening TOEIC is a learning process in improving abilities in the work environment to facilitate the way to answer listening comprehension that are build the confidence in understanding working, understand and use accurate trick in working, improve the ability to able to do the tweak, improve the ability language skill, improve fluency in pronunciation and language skill. The next is implementation of listening TOEIC. According Grant through 2007, the implementation of listening TOEIC preparation is its feature a number of test tips that provide important information on the convention of the test and advice on how to approach them. So here, according to Grant through, how to approach them, how to give information about test tip. About the Grant through, the first is about language building. Some students should increase about the ability in language and building. One of them is about vocabulary and grammar. Say they should increase about the vocabulary of English, about job vocabulary, about the word vocabulary. Okay, the next is about the test tactic. Here they will study about how to answer the question, so they should know about the tactic. The next is tactic practice. We should how to do the answer the question, as like we should manage the time, we should know about how many minutes to answer in one question and many other. That is about the implementation according Grant through on 2007. And the next is difficulty of listening. According to Bingham, Charlie, Yitzlis, and Tugru, in 2040, there are some difficulties faced by students in the listening process that are culture different. Because English language is the second language, we have different cultural language there. So we should study more about the culture in international country. Yeah. The next is speaker accent. So we can study about accent. So we know about the accent about the speaker. The next is unknown vocabulary. We should increase the vocabulary. And the next is length and speed of listening. That is some of difficulty of listening to it. Okay, the next is the evaluation of listening to it. According to Annie Anastasi, 1978, the meaning of evaluation is systematic process to determine the extent to which a person reaches the teaching goals Evaluation is an activity to evaluate something in a plain, systematic, and directed way based on clear objective. The next is about previous research. The writer or the researcher took three previous research. The first is from Umar, Kurniawan Sanderson, and the last is Lina, Melinda, and Siti Yulia. Umar conducted a study of using Baron Twig preparation course package to improve the listening skill for vocational school. That is for vocational school. The next, Kurniawan and Sanderson conducted a study of the student ability in understanding listening question response. This is for understanding listening question response in TWIG test. Lina, Melinda, and Siti Yulia conducted a study of the difficulties and strategies the student implemented listening comprehension in TWIG test. This is just tell about some difficulties and strategies the student implemented listening comprehension. Okay, chapter 3, research design. The writer or researcher used in this research is qualitative descriptive. The design is the qualitative descriptive. Why? Because the purpose of the study descriptive is to make a description, picture, or painting systematically, factually, and accurately about the fact, properties, and relationship between the phenomenon and investigation. That is about research design. So about research setting, the researcher or the writer took at Mary English or Mary Institute in the course to study about English language, which located at Flamboyant Street, Tulungrejo, Pari, Kediri. The course was established on 2022 August in 2015. So in this course, the population is about preparation on 2-week test. Okay, the study conducted at Mary English Pari Kediri from 15th to 25th November 2020. It consisted of interview and multiple classroom observation for around a month in 2-week level. The first 3 weeks were used for interview and the rest of the weeks used for classroom observation. Okay, the next is about key of informant. The writer want to get information from speaker, namely director from Mary Institution. His name is Mr. Fandi as the director. The next is manager. The manager of Mary English is Miss Novi. Okay, and several tutor, their name is Mr. Naufal and Mr. Move. And some students who study at Mary Institute. That's about key of informant. The research as key of informant is the instrument that was designed can be used as measure to get a valid data. Some instrument that use is a pen, book, recorder, photo. The another research key of informant is observation checklist, interview guide, and list of document. Okay, the data collection technique. How to get a data? We should collect some of technique. The technique is use two techniques of data collection. Since the study a case study, therefore the writer used in-depth interview technique as primary technique, and then it's followed by classroom observation for a validity check. And last is documentation for collect reference source. The data analysis According to Miles and Haberman 19 and 94 say that the activity in qualitative data analysis were carried out interactively and continuously until they were completed, so that there was saturated activity in data analysis, namely data redaction, data display, and data conclusion. Okay, thank you so much for watching about my proposal presentation. I'm sorry so much if I have many mistakes from last time my presentation. The last I say, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.